It seems dark clouds are gathering over relations between the UK and Spain. London's considering unprecedented legal action over Madrid's lengthy checks at the border into the British territory of Gibraltar. Downing Street claims they're politically motivated. Royal Navy warships are also expected to drop by the strait, although it's claimed on scheduled exercises. Artista Sarsile explains.
It all started with Spain saying that it really wants to protect its interests, mainly fishing interests, as this whole story was sparked by Gibraltar's building of an artificial reef, which Spain claims is destroying fishing in the area, and therefore it had imposed border checks on those going to and from Gibraltar, a British-held territory, and therefore causing a lot of delays. And right now, the rhetoric is escalating between Britain and Spain over the matter. Britain is threatening EU legal action over Spain, saying in what it says it's a politically motivated move. And London Mayor Boris Johnson had actually said that it is, quote unquote, tantamount to a blockade. He even used particularly harsh words, saying, quote, "I hope one way or another we will shortly pry Spanish hands off the throat of our colony," end quote. And he also likened the actions of the Spanish government to the Franco epoch, the time of military dictatorship. Now, Spain, for its part, as reported by the Spanish press, is considering escalating this to the level of the United Nations, even floating around the idea of Spain and Argentina presenting a united front over Gibraltar and the Falkland Islands. So clearly, as Britain, Boris Johnson in particular, is criticizing Spain by raising the Franco era, you have Spain here highlighting what critics would undoubtedly see as Britain's colonial behavior or habits. And now all of this is happening as thousands of Royal Navy personnel have already set sail for the Mediterranean in what the Ministry of Defense has insisted is a long-scheduled training exercise. Well, long-scheduled or not, it seems the timing is not lost on London Mayor Boris Johnson, as he said, quote, "The deployment should send a clear signal to the Spanish." So it seems that the spat is continuing to go on.
And let's now discuss this story with RT contributor Afshin Rattansi, who joins now live from London. Mr. Rattansi, welcome to RT. It's great to see you, as always. Sounds like the UK has chosen the language of threats against Spain. Why?
Yes, warships are on their way. I'm on a studio here on a boat. I hope the naval war between Spain and Britain doesn't start in the next couple of minutes. The questions being raised here by the Royal Navy are, do we even have a navy? It's only in the past couple of weeks that the Ark Royal has been scrapped for razor blades and to make old cans. And here 3 warships are set off for Gibraltar Harbour as a show of strength, although some experts saying this was a scheduled stop of Britain's warships in any case. But of course, we know that a sign of naval force is theoretically supposed to help the hand of the British ambassador to Spain when he talks to the Spanish government. Incidentally, he's the state broadcaster here, the BBC's main presenter's brother, Mr. Paxman. And talks are going on, but of course there are other serious issues related to tax, because Gibraltar is a tax haven.
But we understand that Gibraltar is a British territory, and London is, of course, expected to protect the rights of the people living there, isn't it?
That's right, and Gibraltar's growth of around 8% GDP shows it's doing a little bit better, quite a lot better than the economies of Britain or Spain. That's because 15% of its GDP comes from online gambling. It's not even part of the European Union Customs Union, and thousands of companies register there, fake registrations in effect, to avoid taxes. It's like some people have commented it's like some sort of gangster island which Britain wants to protect for itself. Of course, other people are saying that both Mariano Rajoy and his government ministers, they want to they want to create a distraction from the disastrous economy that now exists in Spain as he continues policies a bit like Britain's of extreme austerity, 60% youth unemployment, of course, in Spain, and the IMF even saying that's going to last some time. So this is a kind of diversion. But I think one critical thing here, certainly from the military perspective, is that Britain is pursuing a $50 billion Trident nuclear submarine program upgrade, probably in violation of the Nuclear Proliferation Treaty. And it was only recently that HMS Tireless beached up in Gibraltar, much to the chagrin of green activists. And this was the same nuclear submarine that ran into a port here in Scotland. I don't think the Spanish are very happy about nuclear submarines going up and down the straits.
And finally, in your opinion, how serious will the consequences of this conflict be?
Well, the absurdity, I suppose, is that David Cameron wants to take it to the European Court of Justice, a legal war, as a British newspaper has put it in the past couple of hours, rather than a naval war. And it was only a couple of weeks ago that David Cameron here and his Home Minister were trying to pull out of the European Court of Justice, trying to avoid the obligations of the European Court of Justice. And here they are going to spend more money and try and take it up there. The European Union, I don't know whether they're slightly joking about it, said that the monitors will be sent to Gibraltar to monitor what exactly is going on.